Coach. Cat was talking about his relationship with Rudy.
Yeah.
I was wondering in what ways you've seen Rudy help him become a better maybe paint protector or rim protector.
Well, yeah, I think with just kind of putting more emphasis on it first. Just Rudy cares a lot about defense. It rubs off on everybody around him, not just Cat. Cat's kind of learned a few tricks of the trade in different coverages. That he was in here too, and just being able to trust that like his teammates have his back. And that's when you have as many good defensive players that we do, and as does New York, it gives those guys confidence to play defense.
Was it, I guess, like, how large was the leap? Was it a big leap for Cat in terms of when you first saw him defensively to where he is now, or is he kind of the same guy?
He's gotten better at a lot of different things. I mean, his off-ball defense, he played a lot off the ball last year out of pick and roll. Like, that was the biggest thing for him, just his awareness and readiness to play outside of pick and roll actions off the ball. He got good at recognizing those things. We got good at recognizing opportunities to switch him into or out of things advantageously. In terms of pick and roll, like he does some really good things pick and roll wise. When he's up, he's good. He's gotten way better when he's been back. And his ability to rebound out of pick and roll is really good too. So. He's definitely gotten better and better. And, some of that's obviously just kind of experience and playing in different schemes and getting a comfort level.
And I guess lastly, what's your vision for how Julius is gonna fit into?
Yeah, I mean, we see him as a pretty seamless fit. Like, we love his physicality, his playmaking, his ability to create a lot of open threes for his teammates. We need to get more of those in general. We haven't really featured him too much in our offense yet, but we know that's something we can also do, whether it be in the block, on the elbow, free throw line, or in space in ISO situations. So that's pretty good, options right there. He can handle and pick and roll. We like to do a lot of that with our bigs. Cat did a lot of that with Rudy offensively, so it gives us continuity there. So we see a lot of really good synergy.
We've spoken very highly of your time in New Orleans together. When you got him there, what did you see as a staff or yourself that maybe they didn't see before that you were trying to unlock and improve?
What we saw, first thing I saw when he came to New Orleans is his playmaking. He can make every pass on the floor at any given time. His ability to get to the paint, draw multiple guys, create offense for others. Like a lot of young players, when they come into the league, they're very fixated on scoring. A lot of these guys grew up as scorers, and that's what they do and wanted to do first and foremost. But, we played so much through our bigs, like at the top of the floor, and I think that kind of gave him the confidence that he could make plays and score because he was always going to touch the ball. And similar to this day, we still have a lot of those same concepts.
Yeah, so it's really just trusting that you're going to get the ball.
You're going to get the ball multiple times in multiple situations, So.
Is it fair to say that since you guys have Rudy, you didn't lean on Cat too much for rim protection in particular?
Actually, obviously when you have Rudy on the floor, he's pretty much a top 5 defense all by himself. But one thing that we made a big point of emphasis last year was our non-Rudy defense, and obviously it's going to be important for us again this year. And our non-Rudy defense was actually pretty good, and it was a carryover from our principles and our, just our priority on guarding in general. And certainly Cat's rim protection and Nas rim protection, kind of elevated. So it's he did a really good job of playing the 5, which is natural for him defensively. He's scheduled to play. Scheduled to play. Yeah.
In terms of Cat, one of the other things that obviously shifted over the last couple of years, just as Ant has elevated.
Yeah.
Cat having to kind of slide into more of a role where even if it's part of the action, he's going to be observing a little bit more. And I can imagine that some of that might be true for him too, just playing alongside Jalen. What growth did you see from him in terms of, again, when he said off ball, just what that looked like and what sort of growth you saw? Because it could be difficult for someone who's the number 1 pick to kind of.
Yeah, Well, first of all, Cat is, as a person, is one of the most like gracious, like welcoming, open people you'll ever meet, and that carries over to the way he plays the game. Like he's a super accommodating teammate. He wants his teammates to do well. He's a really good passer. People will play off him well when he has the ball. For us, spacing concepts like moving from the 5 to the 4 were things that we had to iron out from year 1 to 2 with Rudy. Nowadays back at the 5, like spacing. I'm sure they're going to have priorities on spacing, but it'll be different for him, and maybe a little bit more natural. But yeah, so that certainly one, and he's still like an incredibly gifted and explosive offensive player, regardless whether he's got in all the action or spotting up. So.
Coach, how would you assess Josh's preseason so far? You got some minutes, I think, on
Yeah.
Sunday with basically the starters. Did you like what you saw from him?
Yeah, for sure. His activity has been great. Offensively, he's been kind of a bit of connective tissue for us out there, cutting and crashing and running and doing those things. Defensively, still has to get better and better, but he's gotten a lot better with our concepts and his awareness and his positioning and all that stuff's been better. So, been a great summer, and it's leading into a great preseason for him.
Big strides since maybe his rookie year.
Oh,
when he
for
came
sure,
in.
yeah. Figuring out who he is as a player, what he does best, and for us to figure out like where to best, employ him. So. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.